You guys put out this product and it got so much attention early on. What was it that people just absolutely loved and people were hungry for?
I think there's a lot of pain around email, particularly when we try and check email from our phones. It's a frustrating experience. A lot of us feel overwhelmed by it. It's like this deluge that's hitting us all the time, and we can't get away from it. We can't stop using it. We often don't like it. We have stuff that we need to do trapped in our inboxes. And there's just a lot of pent-up frustration. I think that's a bit of what drove the interest.
There was just this long wait list for Mailbox. I mean, specifically, was it the hype? Was it the idea that it was beautifully designed? What was it that people were just signing up for?
Yeah, I think, well, the way that we launched Mailbox is we showed a video ahead of time, kind of showing people what the experience of Mailbox might be like. And then we had hoped to get maybe 100,000 views of that thing before launching the app. And it actually went viral, and there were millions of people passing it around and watching it. And the way that Mailbox works, in order to basically make the experience as fast as possible and deliver push messages to the phone, to reroute messages back to the inbox when they've been snoozed, the app has one foot on your phone, but it has one foot out in the cloud. Email is mission critical stuff. Like, we all expect for it to simply work reliably, and we're trying to create this experience that's faster, more delightful, but also it needs to be consistent. It needs to just work, and to be able to do that for a lot of people at once is actually a pretty big responsibility.
And so you guys have this classic entrepreneurial tale that doesn't happen to most entrepreneurs, which is you put a product out there, it goes viral, and then you guys get acquired for millions of dollars. I mean, take me through that. When did those conversations start with Dropbox, and at one point did you say, okay, I've got a product out there, now I'm going to be part of another company?
Yeah. For us, it was a really difficult decision. We knew that if we were really going to address what appeared to be, or what appears to be, a very large market in terms of the number of people that use email on their mobile, that meant we were going to have to provide service for a lot of other kinds of email providers and for a lot of other kinds of devices. And that's a lot of work. And it meant we needed to grow our team and we needed to scale. And while we had done a good job of identifying the market, it wasn't clear that unless we grew pretty dramatically, we were actually going to be able to take that market. We were going to be able to address that market by growing the product quickly enough. This is a really unusual time in terms of how hard it is to find top-notch engineering and design talent. And in order for us to do all those things, we were going to need a lot of both. And so this decision to go to Dropbox was the decision to join forces with a larger organization that was similarly minded, similarly focused on building tools that take the friction out of work and make it easier for us to work together.
So what next? Do you expand beyond, because it works with Gmail now, do you expand beyond Gmail?
Yeah, so we're actively working on expanding beyond Gmail to other email platforms, and also expanding beyond the iPhone to other devices. So we're announcing an iPad app now, and that's kind of the next piece, but we'll be continuing to grow beyond iOS into other mobile devices and the desktop as well.
One of the reasons Mailbox, you could argue, has done so well is because of the design. Yeah. What's your philosophy on it?
You know, I think a lot of people think of design as this way of making something pretty or making it clean. The world that I come from, design is used as a way of solving problems. It's almost like a way of thinking. You spend a lot of time trying to understand the problem that you're trying to solve as deeply as you can, to build sort of an empathy for it and to express that empathy in terms of a couple of very clear objectives about what a solution might do. What would it mean to have better mobile email? Those become the stakes in the ground on which you determine whether or not something is going to work. So design becomes the process of going from this understanding of the problem to a solution, and the way you get the solution is you try a lot of things. You iterate quickly with the anticipation you're going to make a lot of mistakes. The whole idea is to fail early and often to succeed faster through a lot of prototyping and a lot of trial and error. And the premise is that you can try as much as you want to come up with different solutions, but you never let go of the understanding of the problem.